What is behind this recent Michigan run over your Buckeyes, Coach?
Yeah, you can't really clump them all together. It's not fair. So 2021, let's just go through each game. 2021, Ohio State was beat at the line of scrimmage, outrushed by 233. 2022, 5 plays of over 40 yards, touchdowns. They lost. 2023 was the only time I felt the Wolverines had the better roster. It was one of the best rosters in recent history. Last year, no idea what happened. I mean, what the hell was that? But don't worry about it. If I'm Ryan Day, this is not about streaks. You know what this is about? You saw Charles Woodson, Eddie George. This is about the players with no streaks. Win the damn game today. Get first downs, take care of the football, win the damn game. Quit worrying about streaks. Go in that stadium, come out and win.
Yeah, I think it's exactly what he said. It was about the players. When you think about when this streak first started, you had Hutchinson and Ajabo. Those guys dominated the line of scrimmage. You had Haskins on the other side, running for big yards. You had the offensive line dominating the line of scrimmage. Talk about last year. You talk about players making plays. Khalil Mullins making that big play where he had to pick up a first down. I think what happened is that Ohio State began to underestimate the players that Michigan had. To hear all the people, all of the pundits, us up here, talk about what Michigan didn't have, the players that we didn't have. But those guys in the locker room, they know who they are. They know what kind of players we had in the locker room, and those guys went out and performed. And so when you go down to the shoe and you have a team where nobody expects you to win, a 20-point underdog, downright disrespectful in the game. Even the 10 points today, I feel like those numbers should be thrown out in this game. And our players, we practice every day. There's a wrinkle or something that we talk about playing against that team, and you guys did the same thing. So we're prepared to go into this game, and I think Ohio State at times came into the game thinking they're not prepared. We're better than them. We got better players. We got a better record. We don't feel like that when we come into this game. We know what it's about. We know what it takes to win it, and that's why we win this game.
Well, let's revisit last year's game, because I'm still wrapping my head around this. We all sat up here outside of you and said Ohio State was going to beat them down. Will Howard in that game, 2 interceptions, hadn't thrown a multi-interception game all season long. They made it really hard for him. Ohio State was great in the red zone last year coming to the game. They were 1 for 5. The rush defense, which I know it comes down to, they got ran all over. This game has both been physical for Ohio State. They've lost that battle. And I don't care what anyone says. We've all been in locker rooms. It is a mental thing for this Ohio State football team. Michigan has the mental edge. Once again today, it doesn't matter the spread. Michigan has that mental edge today, Mark.
You guys mentioned it. Michigan has been more physical. They've been dominant and controlling the line of scrimmage the last 4 years. In the last 4 matchups, they outrushed Michigan by 486 yards. Matt, you mentioned it earlier. The last 23 matchups, the team who has won the run game battle has won this game. So in this game, you have to be able to control the line of scrimmage. You have to be able to run the football. That's been paramount in the last 23 matchups. It'll be paramount today as well.
Yeah, I think besides the rushing attack, too, what Michigan's done really well defensively is they've forced turnovers. Look at the last 3 games. The Ohio State quarterbacks thrown at least a couple of interceptions each one of those. So they've eliminated some of the playmakers. Jeremiah Smith last year didn't really have a big impact on this game, and they're able to force Ohio State to play the style of game they want to play. Michigan, in this matchup the last 4 years, has dictated to Ohio State how this game is going to be played, and that, unfortunately for Ohio State, has been a losing battle of late. We'll see today how Ryan Day approaches it. Something tells me that they don't care so much of the rushing battle.
Right.
They got a couple studs on the outside. We'll see how healthy Jeremiah Smith and Cardinal Tate are, and Max Clare at tight end. And they're going to throw this football around a little bit today.
All right, for another angle to this one, let's welcome in the Bear, Chris Felica. And Bear, what piques your interest about the game this year?
Yeah, I think in general, what the guys have been talking about, Michigan has been better up front on the defensive side of the ball, too. The Ohio State offensive line has been a weakness. You've seen last year, defensive line dominated Ohio State. Aiden Hutchinson and those defensive linemen that Charles talked about, they had kind of had their way. In fact, Ohio State got a little bit healthier in the college football playoff, ultimately helped them out. But Michigan built their team up front in the trenches, and that defensive line, I think, has been the difference the last couple of years in that matchup. We'll see if it is today against an Ohio State offensive line that hasn't necessarily been great run blocking this year.
Bear, you look cold, man. Hang in there, brother. Get the Bear a hat. Time now for Ask Dave and Gronk. You've got the honors, my friends.
Yes, I'm here with Dave. Loved by the state of Michigan, not so loved by the state of Ohio. And we got our favorite segment here. Ask Dave. First off, who's your favorite tight end of all time, Dave?
Rob Gronkowski, even though you said you were rooting for Ohio State.
Yes, I am, but you know, I
Boo
like
that
Michigan
man.
a little
Boo
bit.
that
Don't
man.
boo me. Do not boo me, please. But here we go, our favorite segment. First question: would you stop gambling on sports and horses for life if it meant Ohio State wouldn't win a football game against Michigan for the next 10 years?
Here's why I wouldn't make that bet, because I already know they're not going to beat us for the next 10 years. They haven't beat us for the last 4 years. Again, this is the easiest game on our schedule, Rob. This is like when the Patriots played the Jets. You just put it in as a W and you move on.
All right, that's a great point right there. All right, next question. Who is the Ohio State Buckeye you respect the most, past or present?
Vrabel. You got to go with Vrabel. He's my head coach now, so I'm a big Mike Vrabel guy. Urban probably thought I was going to say him, but Vrabel, he's my coach.
All right, makes sense. Question number 3. As a Michigan man and a Patriots superfan, where do you currently stand with Matt Patricia? And Matt Patricia was the defensive coordinator for the New England Patriots, who won multiple Super Bowls. Now the defensive coordinator for the Ohio State Buckeyes. Where do you stand with him?
Me and Matt were pretty friendly. I haven't heard a peep from him since he took the job at Ohio State. I don't know what's going on. It can turn people and make you evil. So I don't know what's going on with Matt Patricia right now. We haven't had word since he took the job.
Yes, all right. And I have one for you. What store did you rob to get this outfit from?
So this is University Vintage, which is on the campus. A lot of people saying it's a women's jacket because it's snatched in the middle, but I think it's a men's jacket. I feel good. I look good. I can't wait to beat Ohio by 1,000,000 today.
And it's all about staying warm.